while back, I made a video about living on a modest income. I thought I'd add to that with a video about retiring on a modest income. I retired from teaching in June 2024 with a little under $500,000. Teachers don't make a lot of money compared to other professions with equivalent education and experience. Teachers' salaries generally lag behind other professions with equivalent education and experience. This is particularly true for teachers in public education. According to my research, teachers make about 25% less than other professionals with equivalent education and experience. And I'm not complaining. I didn't go into teaching for the money. I'm only bringing this up because I want to show you that you don't have to make a high salary to retire early. The advice that you need over $1 million to retire comfortably is aimed at those who are already used to having a high income, or for people who plan to spend large amounts of money in retirement. Most people think achieving financial independence requires a high net worth, but financial independence is achievable at modest income levels too. I've heard about people retiring confidently on $200,000, and I've also heard of those retiring with over $2 million and running out of money. Obviously, you need enough money to live on, but you don't need enough for extravagant living. How much you need is a very personal thing. I didn't discover the FIRE movement and really aggressively start saving for retirement until I was 50 and newly divorced. When I started my FIRE journey, I was making $50,000 a year with a master's degree and at that time 11 years experience. I changed career paths in my late 30s. I started saving 60% of my income toward paying off debt in retirement. I have a video about this that I'll link below. I was able to do this because I was already used to living frugally. I read several retirement books and I realized the only way I was going to be able to do this is to live even further below my means, invest more, and pay down debt. Any salary increases were invested. I finally hit Masters Plus 90 in 2020. So I finally hit my highest earning years as a teacher, but I did not let lifestyle inflation creep in. Any additional income I was now earning went straight into retirement and paying off my mortgage. And I did not raise my living expenses at all. I kept living on my old salary and investing the rest. The closer I got to retirement, the more motivated I was to live on less and save. It took me 8 years to reach FIRE. Retiring in 7 or 8 years is a lot of really hard, disciplined work. You can't just save 10 to 15% of your income and expect to retire in 8 years unless you make a ton of money. So I had about 25% of my income pulled pre-tax and put straight into retirement accounts. And I was investing 35% of my net pay toward after-tax retirement savings and paying off my mortgage. If you spend less than you earn, invest the difference, and let time do its compounding thing, you can do this. The really huge thing is compounding. That's it. I use an investment tracker that I've shared a number of times. I've tracked my investments to the penny since 2017. If you look from the beginning of 2017, I had $150,000 in my retirement savings. Then when I retired in 2024, I had $463,600. I didn't save all of that, I grew it. That's the beauty of compound interest. If you don't include the $150,000 that I started with in 2017, I invested $180,000 over those 8 years for retirement. If you add the $150,000 to the $180,000 that I invested, that only equals $330,000. But the value of my accounts when I retired was $463,600. That's because I gained $133,600 in growth over those 8 years. Compound interest can make you a millionaire if you start when you're young. I sure wish I had started earlier. Compounding happens when earnings on your investments are reinvested to generate their own earnings. The sooner you start saving and investing for retirement, the more time you'll have to take advantage of compounding. Since I retired, I haven't been able to keep investing, but the value of my accounts is now $497,508. So that's another $33,908 of gains since I've retired. Once you have a good amount invested, the original capital just keeps compounding. So keep at it. The more you save and invest, the more potential it has to grow. But it's a tricky balance. Don't deprive your present self for your future self, but also don't deprive your future self for your current self. You have to find a balance between saving and living your life. Have fun, but stay disciplined. Find what works for you. Saving and investing is important, but you should also enjoy your life now because tomorrow is not guaranteed. For me, having fun is hiking, spending time with friends and family, reading, gardening, and other free or inexpensive things. I decided I could still be happy living on less and investing more. It's all about lifestyle, discipline, and the way you look at things. I lived on as little as I could, scraping by with no frills, while 50 to 60% of my income went toward investing and paying off debt. It's a marathon, not a sprint, but I think those of us with modest incomes actually have an advantage. When you already know how to live on less, you can retire with less. Financial independence doesn't mean you're rich. FIRE is achievable on modest incomes. Some people will try to warn you that you don't want to retire on a modest income. They say too many retired people can't afford to do anything except sit around the house. But for me, most of the things I love to do are free. I don't want or need a lot of material things. I worked hard, saved and invested, and lived below my means so I could retire sooner and have more time. Living a modest retired life is simple for me. It really depends on your lifestyle and what you value. It's a choice. I prefer a low-cost life without working, but others don't. To me, it's about making my time my own again, but I don't judge anyone for how they choose to live. Financial freedom means something different for everyone. For some, it means being able to buy an expensive car. For some, it means owning your paid-off house. For others, it means being able to live a frugal life and not work. It's up to you to decide what's necessary and what's not. Personally, I like to buy nice things once in a while, but I live below my means. I drive a used car, I don't eat out very often. I took the extra money I had and I invested it. You can retire if you do this, and the money will do the work for you. If you want to share where you are on the path to retirement, feel free to leave a comment. Are you there? Are you almost there? Or are you just starting on your path? If you're seeing me for the first time, hi, I'm Julie and this channel's Happy on Monday. Thanks for joining me. If you found this helpful, please like. And if you're interested in retiring early, consider subscribing. I'm going to leave you with a quote. Slow progress is better than no progress. Stay positive. Hope to see you again soon.